Yo, what's up? It's your boy Nav. Check me out on Bootleg Kev Podcast.
Hey, before we start the episode, we're going to remind everybody, man, we got one of the biggest radio shows in the country, syndicated in almost 100 cities, all over. Shout out to iHeartRadio, all right? Some of the latest cities that we've been able to add, man. Want to give a shout out to 93.9 The Beat in Honolulu. That's right, Hawaii. We over there going crazy. I also want to give a shout out Hot 98.3 in Tucson. Shout out to Tucson going crazy. Also want to give a shout out to Wild 94.1 in Tampa. Going crazy. We just got Richmond. We also just got the good folks in Bakersfield at Hot 104.7. So we're going crazy on the radio with my partner James Andre Jefferson Jr. for the Bootleg Kev Show. So make sure you tune in and you can listen anywhere on that iHeartRadio app. That's right. Let's get into the interview. Bootleg Kev Podcast, Bootleg Kev Show, special guest. His new album is officially out. And it's crazy too. I just was in the road trip from Phoenix to LA bumping the new album. We got the homie Nav in the building.
What's up?
Welcome, man.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you too.
Yeah, we were just talking about wrestling. You were there when John Cena did the heel turn in Toronto.
Yeah.
What was that like in person?
It was fire because I could see the angle when he was hugging Cody Rhodes and his face changed. I could see that from where I was sitting.
Yeah, his face was like
if I was facing the other way,
it was like The Rock had a spell on him.
Yeah, I got to see it like how it looked on TV. So
yeah.
It was a crazy experience.
Yeah, I had to. Are you like a wrestling fan, or were you just it was in Toronto?
Growing up,
yeah,
way more than now with the new guys. But my friends who I play video games with, like the WWE, they got me back into.
It's a great game.
You guys, yeah.
Wasn't Tap like a theme song for pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about to say, I remember Tap. Yo, y'all XO boys just got the WWE sewed up.
Cash, man. Cash is
got
the
it
biggest fan. He's the biggest fan.
I think The Weeknd has had like the theme song for Mania like 6 years straight or something crazy. Yeah. It's wild.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, shout out to Cash, man. He's and he looks good too. He got to be on keto or something. I don't know what's going on with Cash, but he looked good.
I'm trying to be on the same program.
Last time I saw him, I was like, "You're not on Ozempic." He's like, "Nah, bro. This is all like I'm working out and I'm eating right."
Yeah, it's true.
Nah, it's fire. How you feeling, man? You got the new body of workout. How's it feel?
Feel relieved, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like I gave my day one fans everything they were asking for.
Yeah, dude. I still think like my favorite project of yours was your self-titled shit.
Of course.
Which
too.
is so fire.
Mm-hmm.
It was also like your most like, like drugged out album. You know
Yeah.
that
sure.
shit was sick.
For sure.
But like how long you been working on this project? It's obviously been some time.
Like 3 years,
Yeah.
I feel like.
I feel like when you take your time like that, it's like...
Even longer though, because some of the songs were older songs where I just took the lyrics off the beat and I'm like put it on a new beat and they could have been 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah, it's crazy too because when you work on something that long, I'm assuming like you could get demo-itis on shit too.
Every day.
Where you're like, yo, we loved this song 2 years ago, but
Demo-itis,
it's old.
Demo-itis, mix-itis, every type of itis, reverb-itis, compression-itis.
Yeah. Like,
everything,
yo, why did my ad-libs sound different on this one than they sounded?
Everything.
Yeah. How do you get over that? Like, how do you fight through it? Like, is it a collection of minds in the room? They're like, nah, like the OG version of this really is the shit. Like,
there's certain tricks for certain things, like tempo. I have a trick for tempo.
Okay.
Which is, if you want to speed up a song, oh man, I'm just giving game, but I know a lot of people know this probably. But if you want to speed up a song and want to feel normal with that new tempo, you speed it up really fast and then like speed it down really slow, like slower than the original tempo, and play that for a bit and then speed it back to that tempo, new tempo that you want. You kind of like got to trick your brain.
It's like
if you're trying to slow down a song, slow down really slow and then bring it back up to where you're trying to put it. Like
it's a placebo thing.
Something like that. Yeah. I don't know.
And then you're speeding up like the vocals and everything.
I like to find sweet spots for the tempos of the songs.
Yeah, it's interesting too because nowadays like you didn't do. I mean, obviously a lot of artists will do like where they'll put a single out and they'll be like a fucking. Used to be back in the day when we was growing up, you get a chopped and screwed version. Nowadays you get a sped up version for TikTok. Shit's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. Some songs do sound cool like that.
No, they do. I
don't get the whole craze.
But I just remember, like, fools would be high as fuck listening to chopped and screwed versions of, like, 50 Cent and Mike Jones and shit. And
it's the times, man. Everything's faster.
Was that shit ever big in Toronto, like the H-Town shit?
I mean, if you're, like, a super fan of hip-hop, yeah. But not on a, like, whole scale.
Right. What, you obviously kind of got into the game being a producer. You're a hell of a producer. How much of the production on this album did you handle? I know Metro Boomin had his hands in on some, but, like, what was kind of, like, your production side on this?
Like on like a record like the Metro Boomin one, I might not do anything. Like I'll just like do maybe some arranging.
Right.
But on every other one, I pretty much got my hands dirty. Like in like songs like Need You, that was like a beat made from scratch by me, and the drums, like my engineer came through, did the drums. You know what I mean? But all the music, like the playing music stuff, majority of it's me. Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine like when you're a producer, it's probably hard to give because you gave the reins up. You and Metro got a crazy album together. Like classic. Yeah. Somebody say that's your best album. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but even that, like some people's favorite song on that is like oh, call me, okay, Help Me Down. Like Help Me Down was me being in the studio and playing those chords, and Metro liking
coming
them
in and
and
saying,
doing
hey,
his thing with the drums.
Yeah, it's a collaboration.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, what can you speak back to, because I feel like the record that kind of changed your life and kind of like got people hip to where you were or who you were as an artist was Beebs in the Trap. How big of a moment was that for you? Because I remember the video, like it was kind of like an album cut, but they did a video and shit for it, and like it kind of like put you on the map in terms of people like who, like, because you have such a distinct voice.
Yeah,
and people are like, who the fuck is this?
And people really thought it was Justin Bieber. It was Beebs in the Trap, and then Travis didn't list his features on the track listing, so people didn't really know who I was at all.
Right.
Like when the album came out, I probably had like maybe 10,000, 20,000 followers, maybe less.
Yeah.
I don't know. And yeah, like it was like recognition that came slowly later. Like I wanted it as soon as it dropped. I'm like, hello, like nobody's hitting me up making this beat on here. But it took a little bit longer, but it was still the same thing.
Yeah, definitely. Like it was my top 2 or 3 record on that album too.
Right.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then you guys, I mean, I'm sure shooting the video helped too.
That helped, yeah.
Yeah, because they're like, hey, it's me.
Yeah, but even then, they're like, who's that?
Are you aware, like, for a wave there, like 2017, 18, anybody who had your haircut had the nav cut? Like, it became a thing?
Absolutely. Like, I started seeing it a lot in, like, places like Vancouver in Canada. There's
Bro,
a lot
in
of
Arizona, there were Mexicans who would have your haircut, and they would ask for the nav.
No, but, okay, that's cool. But there's another one that's, like, more hair. The Edgar is
the Edgar. You have definitely a version of the Edgar.
It's more hair.
You have a cleaned up Edgar.
It's way more.
You have a Canadian Edgar.
Exactly.
I like that.
It's way more hair. These guys got helmets on their head. You know,
the Edgars are crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go to Knott's Berry Farm.
They line up down here.
Oh man. Don't go to Knott's Berry Farm during the summertime. The Edgars are running wild out there, bro.
And they wild too.
They're wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see some Edgars in the wild, you'd be like, woo.
They don't give a fuck about nothing.
Yeah.
They ready to crash out.
For sure.
Because they got the helmet on.
100%, man. Yo, for you, man, like it's been a pretty crazy year for the team. Obviously, the new Weekend album's out. Your album is out. What's the camaraderie like? You know, you were at the Cardi show. Cardi's on your shit. What's the camaraderie like with the XO team as a whole? Because I feel like you guys have always kind of moved together. You know, even if you weren't in cycle. You know what I mean?
I mean, shit. It's just about like, you know, everybody being team players. You know, knowing their roles, and it's like a family. You know what I'm saying? Like the biggest dude will pick up garbage off the floor.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's like everybody's humble and grounded from similar backgrounds, so that's easy. Now with Cardi, it's just we've been cool with him from like way back, you know.
No,
I went
for
to like
sure.
one of his first shows in LA one time. I got canceled or some shit.
The show got canceled, or you got
it
canceled?
Got canceled.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, Cardi's I mean, you saw the show; it was wild.
Yeah,
so much fire.
But the one that we're talking about was like some like basement blaze. I forgot what.
Some like underground shit.
Yeah, like that's how long we know.
Each
other
sure.
for.
Yeah, the Cardi live experience was interesting. I was standing right there, and we're just like, there's that dude with the long hair, the white dude.
Oh man, what's his name? Damn, can't remember his name.
Something
the one who jumped in the crowd. Yeah, exactly. Burberry.
Whatever his name is. That dude on stage, we were like, yo, is he good? It looked like he was having like an out of body experience. Like his spirit was being torn into the sky, like live on stage.
Yeah.
And then there's the bald white dude, like run. It was just, it was wild.
Do you see when he jumped in the crowd though?
And he missed.
Miss, man. These kids, all they do is they're holding their phones up. They're not ready for you to jump. You gotta be like.
He also hit the front of the gate. To be fair, I think he misjudged the jump.
He made it over. I think he just hit the floor.
Yeah. No, that's the other thing. I mean, back in the day, you used to be able to crowd surf confidently. Not anymore.
Smartphones, man.
You get dropped. I can't imagine. You weren't crowd surfing back in the day? Nah, we was crowd surfing.
I don't know.
Yeah, crowd surfing, mosh pitting.
Nah, I didn't really go to shows like that.
Yeah,
when I was younger.
What was your first concert?
I feel like Nas.
Nas.
Yeah,
that's a good first show.
Yeah.
Did he forget a lot of his lyrics?
No.
He's got this thing where he like forgets like half of one mic every time he performs it.
No way.
Yeah.
Shit happens though. It happens to me too.
Nas is my favorite rapper of all time. We got Illmatic.
Same
right
here.
here.
He's my favorite too.
Yeah, I mean, he's the GOAT.
Yeah, that's what.
But I've seen him like 30 times, and every time, for whatever reason, he could just never remember the one mic lyrics.
That's crazy.
It is an interesting song because there's so much like, you know. But yeah, shout out to Nas. What's your favorite Nas album?
Oh man, that's tough. Like, I Am, Stillmatic. One of those. Hard choice though, but Stillmatic.
Stillmatic. I think Stillmatic.
And that's like when I grew up. Like I grew up, and the first Nas album I heard was Stillmatic.
Right.
I had to go backwards.
You had to go kind of dig to
I
find Illmatic.
Nostradamus and I Am as a double set.
Yeah.
And it was cheap and shit because it's already been out for so long.
Of course.
Got that, and then I started getting hip. Then I went all the way back to Illmatic, Life's a Bitch, and those songs, you know?
Yeah, no, Stillmatic I feel like is the one that can like, it's either Illmatic or Stillmatic.
Yeah, and then like I Give You Power or whatever album that's on.
Oh, of course. That was
What
on.
About a Gun,
that was on.
Gun?
That was on his second album.
Yeah, like the penmanship is unbelievable.
Nah, for sure.
Yeah.
Affirmative Action, incredible.
Fire.
Here, he said, push your mic closer. No, you're good. You're good. Shout out to Nas. I don't think a lot of people would think that, like, I feel like people would be surprised, like, yo, that you're a Nas head.
Nah, for real. Like, his shit was like, you know, he's telling stories.
We want to shout out to our good folks over at Odd Socks, our family. Ooh, Lay's potato chip socks. What else do we got here? The Bob Rosses. Shout out to, that looks like Ritz. We also have some of this. Anyway, if y'all don't know, man, Odd Socks are our OG sponsor. They're our day ones. They're our family. They just had a birthday in December, celebrating 11 years. The crazy shit about Odd Socks is I've been with them since they was like getting it out the mud in Tampa, Florida in like 2014. Fast forward, they're one of the biggest sock companies in the world. And we're hooking up all of our viewers with a dope deal with Odd Socks, the most comfortable socks in the world, the craziest licenses. Go to oddsocksofficial.com, use the promo code right now. It's Bootleg, and you'll save 20% off. Of course, the underwear's on deck. Shout out to the undies. We got all the undies. They got the slides now. They got belts. They got all kinds of crazy shit at Odd Socks, man. Oddsocksofficial.com, promo code Bootleg. Save 20% off at checkout. And by the way, if you screenshot me an Odd Socks order that you used with our promo code, throw me a pair of Bootleg Kev socks. Give me a pair. Give me a pair over there. If you can screenshot an Odd Socks order and send it to me, the first 5 people that do that, I'm going to send you on the house a free pair of Bootleg Kev socks. Yeah, why not? Support my people. I support my people. You feel me? Let's get back to the interview. Hey, real quick, want to give a shout out to our newest sponsor, man. Salute to the family at Slapwoods. That's right. We love Slapwoods because they slap, man. The only leaf, the only wrap that we smoke, all right? So check this out. I want to do a giveaway. If you're watching this is what we're going to do. If you go buy yourself a Slapwood from the smoke shop, the corner store, wherever, you tag me in it, tag Slapwoods, and tag the Bootleg Kev Podcast. That's 3 accounts you got to tag on your story or on your post. I'm going to be looking out for it. I'm going to pick 3 people to send a box of Slapwoods. We're also going to send y'all a Bootleg Kev 500 episode t-shirt and some Bootleg Kev Odd Socks. All right, so make sure you go follow Slapwoods. Go show them some love, and we like to say much love, man. Hey, look, we rocking with them Slapwoods, baby. You already know. It's the Bootleg Kev Podcast. Let's get back to it. Break down the name of the album. On my way to Rexdale. What is Rexdale where you're from? Or
yeah, that's where I'm from. My
that's
neighborhood.
Your area.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like in Rexdale?
It's whatever you want it to be. It's like you want to be smart and go to school and then go to college, you could do that. You want to be in trouble in the streets, you could be doing that. You want to be like anything you want to be, you could be that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But some areas are a little bit more disadvantaged where you're like, you don't really have as much as a choice, but you still got a choice.
When you, I feel like, were your parents like behind you doing music? Or was it something you had to kind of convince them to do?
My mom just wanted me to do anything.
She was like, anything but just some bullshit.
Do something.
Yeah.
You know? It took me an extra year to get out of high school. I was like a failure in high school, you know?
Really?
Embarrassing thing, yeah.
So you were held back?
Yeah.
Wow.
I had to finish up. And then when I finished up, it was like, what do I want to do? And there was a studio school, and I told my parents, like, I want to go to the studio school, learn it. It's far away, like on a bus, an hour and a half away every day. And it costed quite a bit. So I just told my parents, like, put me down for it, and I'll figure it out later, the money thing, you know?
So, like, when you would go there, you'd learn, like, Pro Tools and shit? And
Pro Tools, class, SSL.
Yeah.
All that shit, yeah.
Damn, so you were able to, like, you could track, you could engineer, you could do everything.
Yeah, so that's what I did. I did that for a while. I made beats and I tracked people until I became myself.
In 2025, how are you making beats? Is it still FL Studio? Is it Ableton? Is it...
Logic for melodies, because the quantize just works right away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And FL for drums. And now my friends are convincing me to move on to Ableton.
People love Ableton. Like,
I'm
if you
about to
find
do
somebody
it.
who loves Ableton, they will sell, like, it's like finding a Mormon or something.
Yep.
They swear by it, you know?
Yep. So I'm about to have 3 programs under my belt soon. And I know how to use Pro Tools as well.
Yeah, no, Ableton's a vibe. Talk to me about, for you, how much are you focused on, like, do you even care to produce outside of your own shit? Like, are you sending beat packs out? Is that something that you're still like?
Up till now, I haven't really been a beat pack sender kind of person. Like, if I collabed on a beat, it ended up getting placed. Like, for example, like I collabed on the beat and it went for back to back. I collabed on the beat and it went on like Kodak Black's album with Ben Billions, but he had the beat. You know, he's doing that. From just me, from my email or from my phone, I'm gonna start now because I just recently set up a studio in my living room. So I had a full blown studio in one of my rooms in my house. But I don't like being trapped away in the room, so I like being in the living room. So I've moved everything to the living room.
So your living room is the studio now?
I got 2 setups. A real studio and then like a cool studio, like Yamaha's with a subwoofer.
Yeah.
And a MIDI keyboard and my laptop. And I've been making beats there. I've been making beats more often, so I might start sending the ones that I don't want to use out.
Well, now you got your album out. So now it's like, okay, I got all this shit. You're probably sitting on hella shit. Like, how many? You probably got a lot of stuff that didn't make the album, too.
A lot of songs, a lot of beats.
Deluxe coming?
I want to put the deluxe out, the one that we sold on my site.
Yeah. Are you... When I always am wondering when you, because I think this happened every time there's like a big song like back to back. You didn't really know that was going to end up being what it was going to be.
Absolutely not.
I feel like that happens all the time. Like I think with the Ether beat, the same shit happened with Ron Browse.
Oh really?
Was there like was there any? What was the gift and the curse of that situation? Because you end up with Meek Mill on tap, you know, years later.
Yeah, to be honest, it was a tricky situation because at first I wasn't really getting credited like that because of whoever I made the beat with didn't want to, I don't know. And then as later on, I ended up clearing that up and getting the credit publicly. But I was already popping as an artist before everybody knew that I produced back to back. And the way I got popping as an artist was, you know, Meek Mill really discovered my music and was like showing it to certain people like, you know, Cash and this and that.
Right.
And he was really like going through that whole thing at the same time, not knowing that I produced it. And I didn't know it was going for that song either. It's not like I knew it was going for that. And it was just kind of awkward. Like I remember like going around the first time and being like, damn, I wonder if he knows, like, you know what I mean? If Cuz knows, because I really fuck with him, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, yeah. That was an interesting situation. And then you guys ended
up doing, Tap's one of my favorite songs.
Right. So. One of my biggest records, which is like, it's dope.
Yo, talk to me about because I feel like you kind of been adopted by LA a bit here. I think I remember seeing you when Nip did his grand opening at the Marathon store in like 2017.
Yeah, we was there.
You were out there.
Uh-huh.
What was your relationship like with Nip when he was here, man?
Damn, Slow and Bucks, you know.
Yeah.
That's one of their closest friends.
Shout out to Queens.
Yeah, exactly. He spent a lot of time in Queens. So when I went over there, I went with Slow and Bucks. And that day, they didn't even want to take me. I was like, yo, y'all just leave me in the house all the time. Because I'm a young artist at the time. They didn't want to take me everywhere. I'm like, I'm going there, but I want to go. So when I first go there, Nip's coming out the car and he told me, yo, I fuck with Re-Up with Belly. He's like, I fuck with that verse. I'm like, what, for real? I'm like, damn. Like, Nip
Shout out to Belly, one of the greatest of all time.
Nip know who I am is crazy. So Nip's like, yo, come on, like, come in the store. I went crazy, bought all the stuff for my boys and all that shit, got everything for people back home. So after that, he's like, yo, come on, let's go smoke in the front, kick to a Nip more. Then he's like, yo, let's get on the ATV, dirt bikes together. I'm like, okay. And he's like, I'm like, when did you learn how to drive? He's like, oh, just last week. I'm like, nah, I'm not hopping on the dirt bike, bitch. I started going, yo, yeah, wait, I'm gonna wait for Bucks. Bucks is over there. I'm like, nah, I'm not getting on. But yo, Nip always showed me love. Seen him like multiple times after that. Always love. He has knowledge, and rest in peace to that man, bro.
Great guy, man. Yeah. You're a Shrxxm guy?
Yeah, I was harder on it before, but I've slowed down on it now.
What is have you ever had like a hero's dose level of like?
Yeah,
you have.
I feel like your tolerance goes up the more you take it. So I did a Rolling Loud back in Toronto when my album just dropped, and I took over 5 grams in the studio.
So yeah, that's a lot.
Like my sister she has a fiance now, the one that lives in Toronto, and she brought him to the studio because we're gonna go together. I wanted my sister to see the show. This guy couldn't believe what he was seeing. Because he never been around that kind of shit. So he was like, yo, this guy just took all those shrooms. He just made 3 beats. And now he's about to go perform at Rolling Loud. And when I was so fried when I went on Rolling Loud, but it was like I was so used to it that like my lyrics that I usually forget were like on like a teleprompter in my mind. And like when I went on stage, I literally grabbed my sister. I was like, looked her in the eyes. I was like, watch this. and then I went on stage and I was like performing and celebrating at the same time because my album was out. So I'm just like on the.
That had to be the best shit ever.
It was the best performance I ever felt. Like, I don't know if the crowd felt the same way, but I felt like I was having the best performance of my whole life.
Yo, it's like shrooms. Like if you take a shit ton and you know, like you said, if you know what you're doing, you can like use them as a superpower for real.
Got to the point where I was taking them shits, they weren't working.
Yeah.
I had to take so much. I took a whole hero bar.
Yeah, Belly gave me a book about I forget what it was called. It's at my house. I read it. It's about it kind of like the whole book's about this doctor wrote this book about psilocybin therapy and shit. And I remember there was one time I was at Belly's house, and you've probably seen this thing. This motherfucker has this thing with sand on it, and when you play the music, it makes patterns.
Thingy? Yeah.
And I was tripping the fuck out because I was like, this is crazy. Like, this is like, music is real. Like, it's tangible. Like, you can see the frequencies, like, with the sand and shit.
Nah, some way or another, they say even this desk is made up of frequencies.
For
like,
sure.
I don't know how that works.
Have you had a bad trip, though?
My first trip ever was a bad trip. My first trip ever, I was like 18 years old. And we did it with a couple of my little Indian homies. We did it in Toronto, and I had a horrible trip. And one thing I noticed was back then I was running around with the wrong crowd, doing the wrong things, failing in school, And my homie, who was like the weirdo and people made fun of him kind of type shit, he was having a great trip. And that kind of like taught me something. I'm like, this guy just is himself all the time. So that's why I feel like and I'm trying to be something I'm not. I hang out with the wrong people and doing the wrong things. And it really, like, when I came out of that shit, I graduated high school, switched up who I'm hanging out with, everything.
So it was a good trip, technically.
It turned out to be. But the trip during it, horrible.
Terrible.
Every time I close my eyes, fire-breathing dragon coming at me. When I open it, something bad's happening. Everything. I couldn't get away from this shit.
Have you done DMT?
No.
That's what I want to do that shit, but I'm hella scared, bro.
I think I'm ready. I feel like once you're spiritually balanced while you're sober,
you
can handle all that shit.
Yeah, you're pretty sober now, right?
Yeah, I smoke weed every day.
But like in terms of like, you know, the shit you were rapping about.
I'll tap into stuff. You know what I mean? Like if it's like I'm in the studio.
You're all-time best druggy rapper, by the way, in terms of the subject matter only.
I appreciate it. Don't do drugs, kids. All right. Yeah, but I'll tap into some shit. Like if I'm in the studio for 2 weeks, there might be a day where we, dabble in something just to get a different kind of vibe. Not every day. Right. That shit's just gonna kill you.
Yeah, no, I feel like, you know, especially I feel like when you first got in the game, fentanyl wasn't really like a thing for real, you know. Fast forward now, it's like you gotta get the drug testing kit and shit out.
Yeah, but even if you got a trustable source and it is good work, it
don't matter.
That shit is gonna work you eventually.
For sure.
Eventually.
Even the weed now is fucking because they're spraying
strong.
Well, no, they're spraying weed with the terps.
Yeah,
it's like, what are you even smoking?
Yeah, in New York is heavy right now. The terps.
In New York, it's bad.
The young dudes, they want that over the regular weed.
Yeah, because like
you're like, give me the shit with the terps.
They're getting some bullshit packs from LA, and then they'll spruce them up.
Some from weak lemon cherry.
Yeah.
And putting the terps on it.
100%, man. Hey, you already know, man. We just finished March Madness. Now it's all about the NBA playoffs. NFL football season. If you squint hard enough, you can see it coming down. But nonetheless, my bookie's where you want to get in on all the action, baby. That's right. If y'all know me, man, I love sports gambling. It's something that it is my, I would say, a passion. I've been rocking with my bookie for at least 11 or 12 years as a client. And so it's great that now they are partners with our podcast. This is what's dope about my bookie. No matter where you're at, you go to my bookie right now, mybookie.ag, sign up for a new account using that promo code Bootleg. You're going to get that first deposit bonus up to $1,000. Yes. And right now it's all about the NBA playoffs, MLB baseball, which is, if you know what you're doing with the baseball, there's a lot of money to be made. And we got the futures. I'm going to say you got to just ride the Thunder all the way. Historically, the best net rating in NBA history when it comes to defense and offense together. They are absolutely going to murder everybody and then win against the Boston Celtics in the NBA Finals. It's my opinion. We'll see what happens. Nonetheless, get in on all the action. Early cash outs on your parlays. You could do your futures. Who you think is going to win the MVP? You still got a couple of days to get that in. Who do you think is going to win the NBA championship? Who do you think is going to win the World Series? And of course, they got the full service casino. I'm talking about blackjack with Blackjack Dealers Live. You could do roulette. You could do craps. You could do slots. You could do everything. Mybookie.ag. You got to use that promo code Bootleg. That supports the podcast and that gets you hooked up with that first deposit deposit bonus up to $1,000, mybookie.ag. Also want to give a shout out to Blue Chew. That's right, Blue Chew, man. A lot of people always keep asking me about Blue Chew. Does it work? Look, find out for yourself because you can get a free month supply. You just go to bluechew.com, pay $5 shipping. They're going to send you, in a discreet package, of course, some Blue Chew. It's got the same active ingredient as Viagra and Cialis, but in a chewable form, sent discreetly to your doorstep. 0 visits to doctors' offices. It's all handled online. You're dealing with erectile dysfunction, Blue Chew got you. Maybe you need a little extra pep in your step. Blue Chew got you. Damn near adds a half an inch to your for real. I'm kidding. It doesn't. I don't think we're allowed to say that. But it feels like it. Your ain't never been harder. I mean that. You're going to have all-time erections. And your partner, whether that's your wife, your girlfriend, your side, a dude, a trans dude, whoever you're, etceteras, non-etceteras, everyone's going to appreciate how hard your is as long as, they get to experience it, So you'll be thanking me later. They'll be thanking me later. Them will be thanking me later. BlueChew.com right now. You get that delivered right to your doorstep discreetly. Try it for free for a month. Please. I mean, fellas, ladies, etceteras, get on that Blue Chew. I mean, what are we waiting for? Free. All right. Yeah, pay $5 for shipping and let's make it happen. Let's get back to the interview. You're a big hockey fan?
Growing up more so, yeah.
Is that just like because you're from Canada? Because I don't get it.
I grew up playing and shit. Like
Maple Leafs?
Maple Leafs, they're the best they've ever been, but damn, bro, they haven't got a Stanley Cup in 60 years or some shit. So it's like, I'm just waiting on that.
Yeah, so like, would you say you're a bigger Raptors fan or Maple Leafs fan?
Raptors fan, but I'm not going to lie. I bandwagoned the Raptors this last championship. I bandwagoned. When I was growing up and Vince Carter and Tracy McGrady played, of course, that was my favorite team in the world.
Yeah, the dunk contest days were fucking crazy. So before you bandwagoned the Raptors after they won with the Kawhi thing, were you like a fan of another random team?
Curry.
Oh, Steph. You're just a bandwagon.
No. Just Curry. Curry. We've been seeing Curry how good he is back in the day when he had Monte Ellis on the team. So if you want to,
Monte Ellis, bandwagon at all. Andrew Bogut, David Lee.
We used to play the game and Monte Ellis was a star. But when you pass to Curry, he's hitting the threes. I'm like, who's this Curry guy? Curry guy's fire. Then we watched him grow into who he is. I'm like, whoa, I like Curry. Curry's fire.
For sure. Yeah. Have you? If I feel like obviously their hip hop scene in India has been blowing up. It's like its own thing. Like, how tapped in are you? Like, obviously, you're huge here, but are you tapped in at all to like what's going on over there?
I know everything that's going on. I'm aware of every single thing that's going on, but tapped in as far as like how many people have I made music with? Yeah. Only really AP Dylan so far. And I plan on working with everybody if I can. Yeah.
What's the homie's name with the Big Dogs record? I had him on Kind. Wait a minute. What the fuck is?
Oh, Mankind, yeah.
That shit's going crazy.
I bumped into him actually in Thailand.
Yeah. Rolling Loud Thailand.
Yeah,
I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see you there, but I was there.
Yeah.
I was there for 12 days.
Oh, for real?
How was your Thailand experience?
It was good.
Was it?
Yeah.
Nice. Good food.
Yeah, for sure.
Good food.
For sure.
Good food.
Sure.
Did you just stay in that area? Did you go to Bangkok?
Pattaya and then Bangkok.
Pattaya's got that street.
Man, the hotel was unbelievable too. Oh, that street. That street gets fishy.
Real fishy.
Man. Yeah. Play with the street joints.
Super fishy.
No.
Yeah. No. You're like.
Now you can see them.
You can see them.
Yeah.
Anybody who says they get tricked, they didn't get tricked.
But hell no. Impossible. Impossible.
No. But yeah, no, it's a great place. Great food. There's elephants too.
I ain't see the elephants.
And tigers.
I'm glad I ain't see them.
Yeah. And they got a bootleg mall there that's fucking crazy.
Nah, I never went. I went to a real mall.
No, they
felt like America.
5-story fake mall.
I would have loved to go there just to see it.
It's fire. All my kids got Travis Scotts that they don't know are fake. My kids are running around with fake shoes right now. I said, wait, how much are these? I looked at them. I said, oh, nah, we're doing this.
Oh, my God.
I had to buy a whole new suitcase just to bring fake gifts back.
That's what's up.
Yeah, for sure. It's good times, man. Shout out to Thailand and the hustlers out there. Is there a tour coming?
Absolutely, as soon as we can.
Are you already trying to figure out like the dates? Or?
I've been on, my team about it. I've been like, when we starting this tour, we need to announce it, and they're working on it right now, so we'll get it.
Did you go to Coachella last weekend?
No.
I feel like you are the kind of guy to be at every fest. I feel like at Coachella, you'd see Nav backstage.
Really?
I don't know. It just feels like your kind of thing. You're going this weekend?
Nah. I don't know why. I just don't feel like going this year.
Maybe because it's fucking in the middle of the desert and
I've been so many times.
Yeah, it's like how many times do you need to fucking go to understand what the fuck's happening?
Yeah, and last year I was performing, so it was more lit,
Talk about your just chemistry with a guy like Metro Boomin, who is one of the greatest producers, if not at this point. Fuck, I think he's got the best producer album ever. Heroes and Villains, a classic. But what's y'all's like chemistry like in the studio? How'd you guys kind of hone in? And
Cash put us together at first, like a lot of people, but just genuine relationships. My brother, my friend, my dog, and then on top of it, we both make beats, we both make music. So it's just easy. I don't know. Like I haven't worked on him in a long time since Perfect Timing. And then the day that we finally sat down and locked in for this album, it was just flowing like back in the day, no time lost. We did like 4 songs in a night.
Yeah, it's crazy too, because like I feel like you got to kind of have a different approach when you worked on Perfect Timing, where you're doing like a full collaborative album with somebody. Did y'all know that's what you guys were going to do, or did it just happen where it was like, damn, we got like a bunch of joints done, we might as well make this shit a project? We
knew we were going to do a project called Perfect Timing, and we knew we were working on it. And then there'd be like LA sessions, then he'd travel to go do something, I'd travel to go do something. And then where we really locked in was in Atlanta at I can't remember the studio's name, but it's far out, like in the Bluffs.
Yeah,
that's where we locked in for real.
A great album.
Yeah,
you guys should do part 2 one day.
I know, God bless.
For sure. You do a lot of video gaming too.
Yeah.
What's your go-to games?
Right now I play the weirdest shit. Like I play Call of Duty, obviously I play sports games and stuff, but right now I'm playing Schedule 1.
What is that?
A little bit. And playing Balatro. Like, Balatro's a card game that's really popular. Schedule 1.
You're playing a fucking card game?
Drug dealing game. Like you literally could sell anything you want.
Is it on PlayStation?
No, it's on Steam. Like or like on the PC.
Oh yeah, the app.
Yeah. It's the biggest game on there right now, I think. Like most highest rated.
Is it like some Grand Theft Auto shit?
Bro, no. It's like shitty graphics but good concept.
So you're like a drug dealer.
Yeah, you can sell weed, you can sell dope. You just gotta have your workers to work and have plants and set up lights and all that, and like have
oh, so you can set up like a
packaging station. It's like mad intricate, you know what I mean?
What the fuck?
Yeah.
And you're doing streaming and all that too?
Nah, I did the other day. I played Call of Duty with Biffle on streamed.
Do you feel like, how do you feel about the whole, I feel like the streaming shit's kind of cool. Like for the most part, it feels like, I think Kai's like super cool. Like DDG's doing his thing. Some of these guys are a little corny to be honest, but how do you feel about it? Because like it feels like that's kind of the new media, like the streaming guys.
I mean, I think things just evolve,
Yeah.
And it's either you get with the times or you just get left in the dust. And it's like what they're doing is cool. I just don't know about it for me and my brand. You know what I mean? Right. But what they're doing is cool, and it does well. And I think a lot of them have cool personalities. Like
I went on DDG's stream and I was hella nervous because I was like, whatever I say,
oh, that's it.
It's like not coming down.
That's it. You gotta have PR training for real.
For sure.
And they'll clip the fuck out of you.
Dude, they clipped everything. Like him and I just started having a conversation about like my pizza restaurant and shit, and then like it turned into some other shit, and then I had to stop and be like, oh shit, like there's like cameras on the walls, and because we're like standing
farming now. They call it aura farming, clip farming.
Dude, the clip farming is crazy.
Yeah, clip farm this over.
Yeah, no, it's wild. It's almost like that's the whole point of streaming, is like, how are we gonna just we got to give these clippers some shit.
Now, when I was with Neon, like off camera, like before, like
he's super cool.
We were in New York and we're doing a thing, and I just seen where his head's at as a streamer. Like, yo, that shit is stress.
For sure.
He's like, how can we make content out of this? And then next thing you probably think about in your head is, yo, how can we get a clip? How can we get something? You know what I mean?
Like, yo, let's go run around the projects with Jim Jones.
Yeah,
and see what happens.
He's at a video shoot with us. That shit, it wasn't strong enough content for him.
Yeah, it wasn't insane,
bro.
Like, yo, man, this shit's got to be a little more crazy.
Yeah,
does anybody have any guns?
Right. Shout out to the streamers, man. I get it.
No, but it's crazy. It's like not sustainable. I feel like long term.
Yeah.
Because it's like if you're Neon and you're like 35 at one point, you're like, damn, am I still trying to like run around and chase like moments?
Yeah. It's kind of like hip hop too.
It is.
Yep.
It is. It's like the SoundCloud era, but for content makers right now.
Man, and that audience is very like chew you up and spit you out quick.
How do you think you were? Because I feel like you were kind of like you were coming into the game during the SoundCloud era and what I like to call the dark ages of hip hop in terms of like some of the stuff that was getting signed and shit. You know, we think about some artists that pop in our heads when I say that. But like you were able to kind of like withstand that era. That era of music was really there was some bad shit that was popping. And a lot of people were doing shit for like Instagram likes and clout and getting signed off of that shit. And you didn't really have a big public profile. You weren't doing like in-person interviews. You didn't have that antic shit going on. Like, did you ever like feel any pressure when you first got into the game to like, I guess, play in the circus with these other fucks?
Sometimes I thought maybe it might help me, move the needle.
Right.
If I did shit like that. But no, I'm never gonna compromise who I am and do some sucker shit. I'd rather be fucking number fucking 20 in the world, number 40 in the world, top 100 in the world, and remain like myself and true to myself and my morals, like, you know what I mean? Because that's still great. Like, people expect everybody just to be number one. Like, I'm cool being top 100,
100%,
top 1,000. Who cares? Like, you get money, right?
Yeah.
Like, you're doing shows, people showing up to the shows,
yeah,
buying tickets, we having stuff. I'm happy.
I think that's important too. Is like, I always tell artists that, man, don't pocket watch. There's so many artists who will pocket watch, and not even necessarily money, but just they'll look at what other artists are doing or other artists' recognition, and then they get all self-conscious about what they're doing. And it's like, nah, just do you.
Right.
And your fans will appreciate that more than you trying to fucking do it.
Also, like, even like money-wise, shit like that. Like me, even like I'm a producer, so I'm producing a lot of my own shit, so I'm getting a different kind of slice of the pie. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
On the good songs that I did. So.
Hey, want to give a shout out to Jardin, man. Listen, if you're in Vegas, the #1 dispensary in the world, the craziest selection of premium cannabis that you'll ever find anywhere. And the best part about Jardin that I love, man, first of all, if you're going to go over there, mention my name, follow him, Jardin_Las Vegas. But what I love about Jardin is you go in there and you're never going to go to another place that's more educated on the weed that they're selling you, right? So maybe you are going in there and you're dealing with anxiety, or maybe you're going in there, you're dealing with inflammation. Maybe you're going in there, you just want to get a little trippy. I don't know. They're going to break down the terpenes for you and tell you which one is best for what you're looking for. It's crazy. Best bud tenders, best place in Vegas, best place in the United States. If you hit Vegas and you hit that taxi at that airport, take me to Jardin. Follow him, Jardin_Las Vegas. Check him out, JardinLasVegas.com. Shout out to the Jardin family. Are you able to, like, when you have like a budget for an album, I know some artists will have like a budget for producers. Do you like are you taking are you paying yourself out of your budget?
No.
For production?
No. And I pay all my producers well. Everybody I work with, I pay them really well because I have respect for producers because I'm one of them. I know how it goes.
And that's the thing that happens a lot of times with artists.
I know exactly how that shit
loops.
goes.
You know what I mean? And then sometimes you'll see somebody will have a loop on a beat, and then they get a little crazy and start talking shit. I'm like, bro, it's the loop.
No, the worst one is when you use a loop from one guy, and then when it comes to clearing it, you find out there's 4 other guys that was playing fucking guitar and the cowbell on it. Like,
which is crazy.
Shit'll piss you off.
4 guys did one loop.
That's why I be talking to everybody. Like, make sure. Are you sure you did this by yourself? I'd be like, before I even want to record it now, I'd be like, making sure.
Yeah, and like now even with Splice, I feel like Splice has changed shit so much because like if you're just like scrolling through Splice, you could just find like, but then the shit that's on Splice, it's like, I think when you do shit on Splice, right, isn't it royalty free if you use it? Yeah.
No, it is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is.
You ever go on Splice?
I tried it once.
Yeah.
Like me, I'll use like something like a Splice, but I use Arcade a little bit more.
Okay.
Because Arcade just easier to like run to me, but I still end up finding myself taking this shit out.
Right.
Or like barely leaving just a little vocal sample, and the rest of it, like always the first chords and the first shit that gets laid down, the foundation is gonna be raw, like me. And then I might add like a little vocal sample from Arcade or something in there and like drown it out. Yeah. But I don't like to make anything that's like recognizable that you can find it and they're like, how did you do this?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Exactly
We know exactly who used this because 10 other producers
I know
use
when
the
I hear
same
some hard shit like that where I press one button, I'm like, damn, mad people's using this. I know right away.
Have you ever gone on YouTube and just typed in nav type beats just to see what's on there?
All the time. All the time.
Ever any heat?
Huh? Ever any heat? Out of 10, to be honest, maybe 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Which is not bad.
Because if it was 0.
Yeah, 0.
Some of them are like, oh, this is kind of fire. Like, I get it. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
You ever like do anything on a type beat? Nav type
No,
beat
I would though if I vibe to it for sure. I don't care. I'll find them and pay them.
Yeah, that's dope. That's important. What made you kind of, because when you first got into the game, like I said, like you were very like protective of your image and not necessarily, like you didn't do any interviews you would do weren't on camera. What was the thought process behind that, and what kind of had you kind of like change that perspective and start just kind of getting out there more in terms of just showing people who you were?
I mean, when I first met Cash, he just was looking at my Instagram on my phone. He's like, let me see it. And I gave it to him. and he's like, "Yo, are you attached to any of this stuff on here? Because the posts weren't that. The posts kind of whack. You know what I mean?" And I'm like, "Nah." And he's like, "All right, cool. I'm gonna just start deleting shit. You cool?" I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead. I don't give a shit. Do whatever you want, man. You big dog."
We know. Yeah.
He deleted that shit, and then literally like I had 4,000 followers, and like literally like after that, like the following weeks, I started blowing up so much, and people had no idea. Then they'd have my old pictures be like, "Oh, this is him." They're like, "No, it's not him." They thought I was black. They thought I was this. They thought I was that. I'm like, they were just working out. I don't know. Shit just worked out. But then I got really frustrated with shit. And then one time I was in the club with Abel, the weekend, obviously, right? I was in the club with him, and the manager or owner of the club in Toronto screamed on me for smoking weed. Like screamed on me.
Because he didn't know who the fuck he was.
Yeah, and his security guard, P, watched the whole thing go down. And this is my first time ever going out with him.
Yeah.
And he looked at it go down, and then he kind of went and told Abel what happened. He's like, "What?" He's like, "What happened?" I'm like, "Yo, this guy told me not to smoke." He's like, "What the fuck?" He's like, "I'll kick everybody out of this club, and we'll be the only ones in there. We'll both smoke." And I'm like, "For real?" He's like, "You know what, bro? I'm tired of this shit." He's like, "People need to see who you are." Takes a picture of me and posts it on his Instagram. Like he's a real one, bro. At the end of the day, you know.
It was like the great reveal.
So when he did that, I was like, "Oh shit,
It's up now."
Like, oh shit, it must be lit." You know what I mean? So that was like 2016, 2017. Yeah.
Yo, what was it like? Your DMs had to be kind of crazy after that. Just people being like, "Bro, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
Yeah. That's sick.
Crazy.
It was like, what's that show on that Nick Cannon was hosting? With people don't know the voice under the suit, and then
I couldn't go back around the same people no more for a minute. I had to like go do my thing.
Yo, are you got any plans on going to this GNX tour in Toronto?
Shit, if I'm in the city, go check it out.
It's gonna be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think he's got anything to worry about out there?
I don't know.
Yeah. You love GNX? Great album.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah, I think it's, in my opinion, his best album.
Right.
Now that it's sat with me.
Right.
Yeah. Are you a big Kendrick guy?
Yeah, I have my favorites from him.
What's your because I feel like Kendrick has like the critical shit, which is like To Pimp a Butterfly, which is like to me like an art piece that aged so well. Obviously, Good Kid, Mad City, but I feel like GNX is like the slaps in terms of like replayability.
Yeah, I feel like every music has its place, you know.
Right.
Like there's club records that are fun to listen to when you're in the club, you're in a party mood. But when I'm driving, I might listen to some Nas, just, you know, or just like some Kendrick. Like it's different shit. Even my music, like my last album, I don't think it's a club album or a hit record type album. It's just some shit you drive to late night, just for the vibe. Like,
what's the best Shrxxm music for you? I'm gonna start at Tame Impala and your boy The Weeknd.
I'd say those are definitely good choices. Well, honestly, I'm not even being biased. Me, you know what I'm saying?
You shroom out to your own shit?
When I made the song Need You, which is a song about ecstasy on my album, and the outro and everything, like we literally did shroom, but just listen to that shit on repeat.
Yeah, I found this like, there's a guy, have you heard of Mac DeMarco?
No.
So Mac DeMarco is like this like white dude. He kind of looks like Chris, but if he let himself go. But he's like this white dude, and all his music videos are like fucking crazy, bro. Like this fool's got like a dragon face in one of them, but I feel like his whole entire genre is like music. Mac DeMarco, he's hard as fuck.
I'm gonna check it out.
Great psilocybin music. Yeah, if you're fucking ever like in a Coachella or Joshua Tree in a hot tub, just throw on some Mac DeMarco.
Can you spell it?
Yep, that's it. Yeah, you'll love it, dude.
Cool.
Yeah. Any new artists that you're fucking with? I feel like you got your ear to the street. You're always working with new artists. Anybody you're rocking with right now?
New, you know, obviously the Destroyed Lonelies, Ken Carson, Net Spend. You know what I mean? My boy John Ross put me on about that kid. Yeah, like if you name somebody, I'll probably be like, yeah. Right now I'm drawing blanks.
Anybody out of LA?
Name somebody.
I don't know. There's so many people in LA that are amazing.
Shit, freaking O3 Greedo.
Greedo's a legend.
You know, Blast, Bino, the Shoreline Mafia dudes. I actually
Shoreline's back together.
Yeah, I bumped into that dude a long time ago.
OGZ or Phoenix?
OGZ.
Yeah.
In Vancouver, and they was like, "Yo, this is OGZ, like he's in the club, like he's like beside your section, like cool." I'm like, "Yeah, what the hell? Who cares?" Right. And then we just said, "What's up?" And I was like, "Yo, this guy's cool." Like,
no, he's the best.
Yeah, they're cool.
Yeah, a lot of people like all-time great hip hop hair too. This dude had the same like. I told him the other day, I was like, "Were you ever gonna cut your fucking hair?"
I seen him in a strip club the other night too. They was deep as fuck.
That sounds about right.
They were deep as fuck.
Sam's?
Yeah. That's one thing. I just seen him in the club. Like, yo,
it's great.
Shoreline Mafia.
Have you had the hot wings at Sam's?
Huh?
The hot wings, the chicken wings at Sam's?
Nah, I don't really like to eat in the strip clubs in LA.
Really?
Yeah, I eat in the strip clubs in like Houston, Atlanta.
The only one to eat at Sam's. Everything
I know
else,
that people always ordering food there. I notice.
it is good food.
I'm gonna try it.
But you're right. I think your first inclination, Miami's got good food too. If you go to Tootsie's and you get that fried lobster,
You know,
tail,
Tootsie got crazy food.
they got the best.
Booby Trap got crazy food.
Booby Trap's got good food too. What's your favorite Miami strip club?
Booby Trap.
For different reasons, obviously.
Just how late it's open and the vibe. It's like a club. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you leave,
I don't
it's
like
like
the strip
9
clubs
a.m.,
where
it's
it's like
lit up.
just perverted vibes. Guys just
Right.
sitting watching on the stage.
Yeah,
know?
you'll get a little bit of that perverted shit at Tootsie's for sure.
Exactly.
Yes.
I like the ones where it's like a party. We just the strippers is in the background type shit. They're not all over the place. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a vibe.
I'm gonna go with Tootsie's just for the perverted vibes.
You want some Thailand shit?
No.
Yeah.
I just like to get the massage ladies
The
are
Nuru.
great.
The Nuru.
You'll be sitting there eating. No, not
You're the Nuru guru. The Nuru guru,
The
man.
Nuru Guru. Someone needs to put that mixtape out. The Nuru Guru. Not me. Anyway, look, the new album is out, man. It's dope. You got a lot of music video shot coming on the way, or?
We did like 3 for this album. We'll see if we do another one. But I'm on to the next project, trying to put something out again.
Yeah, because I mean, we had a gap between this one
No
and the
more
last
gaps,
one.
man. I'm trying to
So you're
close the
on
gap.
it.
Yeah.
What has been the coolest advice you've gotten being around like Cash and Sal and Abel and those guys? Because obviously, you know, they're the biggest there is. So I can only imagine just being around
A
it.
lot of slogans, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you know, don't pocket watch. Don't dip your pen in company ink. A lot of shit, like, you know what I'm saying?
That's always a good
Some
one.
deep ones. A lot of ones in one-liners that I'll never forget.
Never dip your pen in company ink. I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Open for interpretation.
Open for interpretation.
If you're a club owner, don't fuck the bottle girls.
Exactly. See, you gets it.
I do own a nightclub, and we don't fuck the bottle girls.
Good.
You can't.
It's tough.
Yeah. Anyway, Nav, I appreciate you, brother, man. The new album is out. Everybody go support it. And anything else you got coming on the way?
Right now, no.
No.
Soon, though.
Yeah. I feel like you should you're a funny dude, man. Like now that you're like doing shit, like I feel like people are kind of seeing like you're like a fucking dude, you know, like a dude's dude.
Right. I be just chilling. I don't know whatever idea they had of me before. I don't know.
Next time we're bringing some White Claws because we are White Claw drinkers, and we're gonna microdose to start the pod.
Facts.
Yes,
Vibes.
for sure. My dog Nav. There it is. Bootleg Cat Podcast.